AITA for not allowing my sister near my bearded dragon after doing a TikTok trend with my pet. Throwaway cause I don't want this linked to my account and I am on mobile so formatting might be weird. I 18F have a bearded dragon named Phil who I have had for about 1 year now. Phil is deeply loved by me and my family. My sister 15F who I will call Jane, really likes to make TikToks of Phil which I have completely no problem with since they're normally just videos of Phil running around or doing something silly like opening his mouth when he basks. Yesterday my sister came up to me to show me a TikTok she had made of Phil. There is a trend on TikTok of putting butter on dogs as some audio plays over it of this guy saying butter dog. Well, Jane showed me a video of her putting some soft butter on Phil so that she could follow the trend. When I saw that I became very upset. I had seen a video recently of someone explaining how doing this trend with bearded dragons can be dangerous cause the butter will stick to their skin and if they get put back under their basking light the butter will heat up and basically burn the bearded dragon's skin. I told Jane to delete the video and that she can't do stuff like that with Phil and quickly got him out from under his basking light that she had put him back under after the video and started to bathe him in the tub to try and get off any of the butter she didn't wipe off. My sister came and told me I was overreacting and that it's just a fun trend. It snapped at her and told her I'm not letting her near Phil until she apologizes to me and promises to not do trends like these with Phil again, and ask me every time she wants to make a video with Phil. My sister got angry and told me she wasn't apologizing for just wanting to have fun with Phil and that I can't take Phil away from her. After I finished making sure all the butter was off I put him back in his tank that's in my room and told her she's not allowed to come in and take Phil. My parents found out this morning and told me I was out of line for what I did and that it was just an innocent video. They told me I need to stop freaking out so much over things that involve Phil. My sister said she's not apologizing cause she didn't know it would hurt Phil so I should get over it and let her see Phil again. I feel like I can't trust her with Phil though. If she hadn't shown me the video Phil would have sat in his tank getting burned under his basking light and I wouldn't even know until it was too late. Think I might be the asshole cause I could be overreacting like my family say I am and for yelling at her when she didn't know that doing the trend would hurt Phil. So Reddit, am I the asshole here? Edit, thank you for the awards. I will be trying my best to reply to everyone but just know I've been reading everyone's comments and I appreciate all the advice I have been getting. Edit 2, wow, didn't expect all this attention. People have been asking for a pic of Phil though so here. Phil the Beardy. Edit 3/mini update, I'm just gonna answer a question I've been getting a lot. Yes, I did tell her and my parents why it was dangerous to put butter on his head. I'm gonna sit them down sometime today or tomorrow and try to explain to them today with evidence to show them why what my sister did wasn't just a fun trend but could have hurt or killed Phil. I also ordered a lock for his tank. Thank you everyone for the awards and support. I'm gonna be sitting down and reading all the new comments once I finish my online work. NTA. If your sister cared so much about Phil, she would have been sorry about doing something that potentially causes him harm and worried that he might not be okay. The safety of your animal is a lot more important than the feelings of your sister, especially over something as petty as a TikTok. Animals are not a trend to get likes and views for, and if your sister doesn't understand that, then she doesn't deserve the privilege of seeing Phil, no matter how upset she might be. NTA. I can see myself not thinking about something like that. However, when called out, I would feel absolutely terrible for my lack of foresight and apologize. I would not dig my heels in and complain about someone taking their own pet away from me. Understand people who might do something like this and not know it was dangerous since probably not a lot of people who don't own reptiles would even think of that. I'm just surprised with how my sister did react even after being told what she did would have hurt Phil, which concerns me the most about this whole situation. Nadar. Going viral on social media is not worth potentially harming a pet. NTA. I don't know much about lizards, but it sounds like you have a genuine concern here, and you are entirely justified in wanting to ensure the health and safety of your animal. I do. I have many. You are correct. Had the beardy stayed under the lamp it would have likely killed him or badly burned him, which would be excruciatingly painful for him. And the parent are nitwits. AITA for telling my brother-in-law I'm not his kid's mother. My brother-in-law's, Connor, wife passed away over a year ago. I had a good relationship with her and their 2 kids. This loss affected everyone. The family got together to help Connor with the kids. He used to live in an apartment. He hasn't worked in a year and my in-laws were unable to pay for rent anymore. My husband asked if Connor and the kids could stay with us temporarily. I immediately agreed and found time to get everything ready. Once Connor arrived, he did little to nothing when it came to the kids. I started taking care of the kids' needs because he asked. I handled feeding / cleaning / and playing activities. But kids are in constant need of care and attention. Every time his 3-year-old asks him to make a sandwich or help with the bathroom or wearing clothes or anything, Connor point at me and say auntie will do it. I end up taking care of it. Although he got nothing to do, either on his laptop or sleeping. One time his 5-year was calling for him to help him with something in the shower. Connor asked me to go instead. I got annoyed, then he shrugged his shoulder saying he'd just ignore him then, resulting in me handling it. I couldn't ignore it. My husband's is a dentist, he's not home always. I work from home but I too am not always available. I made this clear to Connor and he said no problem and will handle it. Yesterday I was in an important meeting. I was in the office and suddenly my 3-year nephew was knocking on the door wanting me to help him because he wet himself, and daddy told him to come to me. I had to pause. I ran out and found my nephew sitting on the floor. I cleaned him up and took him to the bathroom. I was kicked out of the meeting since it wasn't the first time I leave. I was mad. I went to see what Connor was busy with. He was busy playing an online game and talking to a lady. I asked him and he brushed me off. I unplugged the device and told him his neglect cost me a meeting and that I already told him my work can't be interrupted to take care of the kids while he ignores them and avoid responsibility. He criticized me saying a few minutes won't hurt and brought up how overwhelmed he was and needing help. I snapped, yelled at him that I'm not his kid's mother. He was staggered. Clearly what I said made him too upset to react. He argued with me then left the house. My in-laws took an issue with what I said, calling it ghastly callous treatment towards someone that lost his wife so recently. They offer to help but then they make excuses, saying I need someone to give me a talking to learn some empathy for those poor kids. My husband said I was right to be upset but I hurt Connor by what I said and I shouldn't have handled it like that, making him feel like he and his kids are a burden. They're expecting to apologize to him. What gets me is that Connor posts pictures of the kids on Facebook talking about how he's making so much effort to keep the kids healthy and happy while I'm the one doing the work. He basically lies and pretends to be a caring parent on Facebook. This made me upset. No idea why he does this. My in-laws don't understand that working from home is also stressful. He claimed it's not real work but I was just making excuses and causing arguments. You might have hurt Connor, but I think Connor needs to be hurt right now. He does not have his priorities, his children, straight, and someone needs to make him see that. He hurts his children and that can't go on like this. He may need therapy too. NTA. Edit. I'm so sorry, but he holds you hostage by your love for the kids. This can't go on like this. Either he steps up or you take legal guardianship of the kids and he moves out alone. I can't imagine what damage the kids already suffered by losing their mom and now being ignored by their dad. Right now I want to punch Connor in the face on their behalf. I'm so sorry for taking time to reply. I was busy cleaning. To be quite honest, the house is becoming unbearable. I'm trying to get everything done in a short time. It's exhausting. Connor thinks that I cannot say no only because of the kids. He knows that if he ignores them I won't just leave them like that. I feel sorry for them. I adore the kids and treat them as my own but I can't carry that much weight alone. I'm considering having children in the future but right now I'm having second thoughts. Connor is always trying to look good in front of others by posting pictures with the kids and pretending that he's helping them getting fed / dressed / etc. He is indeed an attention seeker. He is only looking for people to compliment and praise him, although he's not even emotionally available for the kids. NTA. Connor should be apologizing to you. Yes, it's terrible that he lost his wife and the children lost their mother, but you're not her. And these are not your kids. And you have to work. He's doing nothing. If your in-laws feel so bad, Ask them if he can go and live with them. See how fast they backpedal. The help he needs is counseling and getting off his butt and being parent to his kids. Not yours, his. You and your husband need to have a conversation with him and make sure you're both on the same page. Otherwise, he's going to continue to live there and expect you to raise his kids. If I died and my husband pulled this shit, I'd haunt him. We expect the other to be a great parent to our kid even if one of us dies. NTA, he was sending his kids to you as if you were their mother and you were doing things for them, from feeding to playing, as if you were a parent. You set the record straight. He's a huge R for being inconsiderate to someone who is letting him and his children live rent-free. He likely did exactly the same to their actual mother, and now just expects Op to do the same job because, a woman's a woman, right? Sheesh. Poor kids. NTA, you need to have a talk with your husband too so he understands the burden on you and the complete lack of parenting his brother is doing. Then come up with a plan and united present to Connor. He has X time to find a job. He is responsible for all childcare during your work hours unless he's at a job interview, and make sure you have professor of interview so he doesn't just leave for the day. Better yet, tell him he needs to arrange to have his parents watch kids during job search. Regardless of job thing, he needs to attend grief therapy as well. And then set a hard deadline of him and kids moving out. Lay it out also for in-laws and tell them if they think this is harsh then they can take in Bill and kids because you are done. It sounds harsh, but he's got a cushy situation that lets him live in fantasyland and not deal with reality. AITA for refusing to wear the bikini my mother bought me because it doesn't suit my personal grooming habits. For context, my 19F mother, 44F, has been trying to get me to dress more sexy for a while now, but it's just not my thing. I have told her this several times but her response is always the same. I need to start dressing sexy like girls my age, otherwise I will get bullied at university. This is, of course, a load of bollocks. Not once have I been bullied for my unsexy fashion sense. Why would it start now? She got me a super skimpy swimsuit for Christmas, which pissed me off to no end, but I decided to grin and bear it for the sake of avoiding an argument. I would quietly pack it away and let it gather dust. It's not like I could wear it anyway as I keep a full bush and the set she got me doesn't give enough coverage. Recently, we were going on a trip to the beach and I picked my own bikini over my mother's. She asked me why I wasn't wearing the bikini she got me for Christmas. I said that I didn't want to. She blew up at me and called me ungrateful. I told her she needs to listen to me more and not buy things on my behalf just because she likes them. She asked me what was wrong with the set she got me. I told her that the bikini bottoms didn't have enough coverage. She told me I need to shave more often, but I stood my ground and told her that I like my pubic hair. She said that I need to change my attitude towards grooming or my boyfriend will break up with me. I desperately wanted to tell her that I am sexually active. She just assumes that I am not because I am an introvert, and that my boyfriend loves my body the way it is, but this argument was taking place in the hallway, with my brother, 21M, and sister, 23F, hearing every word, and I was humiliated enough as it was. I was angry and upset and needed to vent, so I stormed off to my room and told them that I wasn't going. My mother's words really hurt and started to play on my mind, so I FaceTimed my boyfriend for some support. He was so sweet and reassuring. I was in tears when I rang and his lovely words really cheered me up. I received 2 separate messages from my siblings. One from my brother asking if I was okay and one from my sister calling me a bitch and siding with our mother. She told me that she was only trying to help and that I would be wise to listen to our mother every once in a while rather than constantly going against the grain. She then followed it up with a rather nasty word of advice regarding guys. Nobody likes a hairy varg. I am so confused right now. My brother and my boyfriend seem to be on my side, but my sister is pretty firmly on my mother's. Am I the asshole here?